Good morning, everyone. My name is Teresa Conroy-Roth, and you're watching the latest episode of Lightning Leadership. I'm so excited today. With me is Calvin Hendryx-Parker from 6 Feet Up. I've known Calvin for probably 15, 16 years, both
At
personally
least.
and professionally. Love what he does. Love 6 Feet Up. Love the moral and ethical dilemmas that you solve every day. And I think you do things the right way. You are also Chief Technology Officer for 6 Feet Up. You have been Chief Technology Officer of the Year for here in Indiana. You are also a Jedi when it comes to AI and Python. And so AI is such a hot topic. I'm seeing it literally every day
Yeah.
on the news, on LinkedIn. It's out there, man. And I wanted just to help the viewers and the people that are watching clear up some questions that they have. Kelvin, welcome.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be on here with you all. We've been friends forever, and you're not kidding about the whole AI subject. Super hot topic these days, and I think a lot of people have questions.
Yeah. So how are people using AI on a day-to-day basis? Tell me about some of the things that they could be doing, and then how are people using it maybe even in a leadership position?
I mean, if you're not obviously leveraging AI today, you should be, because it's giving us as humans a competitive advantage. Like the fact that we can go into using tools like ChatGPT or Claude, which is kind of my personal favorite right now,
Okay.
to make ourselves feel either more polished or to better research a topic or problem, or to have that partner to bounce ideas off of. I think it's giving us, not only as businesses, but also as humans. I mean, how many people are using ChatGPT or Claude maybe to work through an issue? I think it's giving us some chat partners that maybe are easier for us to be a little more open with in business and personal life. So I think that those who are going to accelerate from here forward are going to be leveraging those tools heavily. It's definitely augmenting our human capabilities. I
Yeah.
don't see it as a replacement of our human capabilities. Like, we are still the humans involved here. I think we're still ways off from. Everyone kind of talks about AGI, the artificial general intelligence piece, and I still think we're ways off. Like, the current techniques, the current models and technology that we're seeing today in the market is not the thing that is going to be AGI in the future.
Interesting. I was thinking about just the different ways that I use AI in ChatGTP, and one of the things that I do is I write correspondence for not only my clients but internal correspondence, and I think it's 2 to 3 times a week. I'll take the existing text that I have, right, the letter that I wanted to write, and I'll pop it into ChatGTP and I'll say rewrite for an executive or CIO, and I'll copy and paste. It sends something. It gives me something back. I go through, double check it, because that human
Yes,
element is
very
so
important.
important. And then I have voila, right? I have a great email that's very customer centric,
Yeah.
and people are interested in reading.
Yeah.
So I think that's a great example. The other one that I don't know if you remember this or not, but you and I were invited to a wine party 2 years ago, and it was a competitive tasting for a wine
Yes,
party.
I do remember this.
You actually won the wine party by going into AI and say, pick a Cabernet under $30,
Right.
right?
But the important part there was giving it the context. Like, I'm
Yes.
going to a wine party with these kind of people who are going to be there. Because
Yeah.
that wine party was a special wine party where we're all ranking and rating wine, but it's not
Yeah.
like we're with true sommeliers. Like, we were with, kind of the general public, and the
Yes.
general public has a palate, and so it's understanding the context and feeding that into the AI. So it gave me better answers back. And
But
then you're
that's
also correct. Like, when you're using the tools, it's not just copy paste out of the tool. You reviewed what it told you. Like, you were using it as a co-pilot. I mean, they're really about as talented and thoughtful as an intern, and you need to treat them that way. They're incredibly knowledgeable interns, basically, these AI tools.
Yeah. So the other thing that keeps popping up, right, is data. How do you protect the data? Because if I take like that letter, right, and I copy and paste it and I put it into ChatGTP, it's always going to be in ChatGTP, right? Those words will always be there. And so if whether I'm a consumer or I'm a leader within an organization,
Yeah.
are there safety concerns for what to put in, what not to put in?
Oh, absolutely. And I think you're approaching it with the right mindset. thinking about anything you paste into a text box that's on the internet as basically now it's out there.
Yeah.
Now if you have like the enterprise plan and you bought the business, part of like a Anthropic or OpenAI's plans, they have terms of use, they have privacy policies, they have kind of what legally they're bound to, but there's still humans behind the scenes who are driving these processes and running these operations on a day-to-day process. So that there's absolutely the possibility that they may say they're only keeping your data for 30 days. They may say they're not training on your data to produce new models. That doesn't mean a human makes a mistake and somehow your data does end up in one of those places. We are hoping that they are abiding by their terms of service, and that they better to keep customers. But if you are concerned with that level of privacy or security around your data, the things you're feeding into these large language models, there are options. Like you can run many of these kinds of models, not the exact models, like not exactly ChatGPT, like the 4.0 or whatever, in your local computer, but you can run open models like Llama, Mistral. There's numerous open source or open models that are you can run in your own infrastructure. So as an enterprise, you can look at putting together an on-premises version of a model that you'd want to run to keep your data inside the four walls, or you may want to put it into the cloud and orchestrate your own set of models, because these things just require resources. Like they're going to require GPUs, and more memory the better. They can be expensive to run, but if what you are protecting has that high a value or that higher risk associated to it, or a threat if it were to get out, then it's justified. It's an easy decision to make. You just have to be eyes wide open about that. And also when thinking about your data, you have to bring good data to these models. These models understand or have an understanding only as well as you feed them with the data that you've got. So I think a lot of organizations may be sitting on a gold mine of data out there and not know it. They may think it's actually a liability, because how do I secure that data? So the first step is really all the kind of standard hygiene bits. Like, how do I think about my data? How do I protect my data? How do I structure my data in a way I could potentially use to train models, or used in an application like RAG, like retrieval augmented generation, where you may want to put it into another data structure that's easy to pull out the bits that are needed for the right kind of context or the right kind of time. And so I think there's a lot of potential value there. I think especially organizations who are looking to take advantage of that data they've been sitting on for potentially decades. We've even seen this. Like we've had customers come to us who've got decades, literally decades of data, millions and millions of rows, but the data is in such a state it's not useful. It's dirty, it has typos, or whatever the case may be. Working with an organization to get that data into a shape may change how you even do business.
Fascinating. Absolutely. When you look at today, right, in the kind of the current state of AI, and then trying to even predict where it might be in 6 months from now, right? Because I can't even say a year, because it's happening it's at lightning speed, faster than anything I've ever seen. And it is one of the hottest topics, whether or not it be blogs, whether or not it be professional newsletters, websites. Everybody seems that they have the answer. What would you say to a leader that's just even trying to forecast for 6 months what it might look like? What's happening? What are the current trends?
It's a difficult question. Humans are have a really difficult time with exponential thinking. Like we get 1 + 1 + 1 = 3. Like we can move step by step by step towards an end goal. But the pace at which with technology in the world is actually accelerating is really on an exponential trajectory. It always has been. It's interesting when you say that, man, this living right now is the most amazing time in human history. Well, every time in the past has also been an amazing time in human history. It just keeps getting exponentially better. So when thinking about that in terms of like your business and AI, and do you adopt AI for certain parts of your business operation? Obviously, the longer you wait, the more capabilities these tools are just going to get out of the box, which means less upfront investment potentially for an organization. So in those cases, if the thing you're looking to automate is just table stakes, back office, standard operational type procedures, maybe you wait, because it's not really giving you a competitive advantage. It's not really your secret sauce that you're looking to go deploy as new intellectual property. But if the other side is true, if this is a potential for you to gain market advantage, produce intellectual property, produce true value inside your organization, now is always the right time. Like I think I told you earlier, it's kind of like having kids. Like there's never the perfect time, but it's always the right time. And if it's If it is a true game changer or a go-to-market type thing for your organization, you need to be going in now. You need to be looking at it now. It's going to cost you more, but you are going to reap the benefits of like basically compounding interest. If you can build, deploy, and truly build a tool that leverages, say, some source of data, some gold mine you're sitting on. I mean, obviously, you have to think very carefully about this business situation because that's your business that you are building this tool for, but it's totally worth it. And now is the time. If it's just we want to streamline accounting a little more, it's not really part of what you actually deliver to your customers.
Yeah.
Maybe less so because you're going to spend a lot of money, a lot of resources, potentially time and money up front to do it and get a lot of value out of it.
Awesome. Calvin, thank you so much. I so appreciate your friendship over the years, your intelligence, the spark, just making the world a better place. For folks who are interested in following up with Calvin and 6 Feet Up, please reach out to Calvin via LinkedIn. For those of us that are following along at home or on YouTube, on Spotify, please feel free to reach out to us there. Calvin Hendryx-Parker, you are just an absolute gift. Thank you so much. I really appreciate our time together.
Yeah, thanks, Teresa. I really appreciate being on.
Absolutely. Thank you.